Here's something cool. There's a piece of the old streetcar track from when streetcars ran in WestView. There's part of it fully exposed. Now this would have been the right of way for Pittsburgh Railway's number 10 WestView line. Sure, no cars are coming, but here's part of the rail. Out of all the times I've been up this way to pick up my friend whenever I hang out with him, I've never noticed this. But yeah, this would have been the old right of way for the number 10 WestView trolley line, but that was discontinued in 1965. Wow. I still can't believe I've never noticed that the rails were still here. And I have been on this road so many times that I've never noticed. Okay, so the tracks would have came from down where we were up here. Here's one rail. Here's the other side. This rails came up and it's important to know that these tracks weren't just any tracks. They were what we call the Pennsylvania trolley gauge or broad gauge. They were exactly 5'2.5" between the actual rail, between the two rails. So that's from the inside of this rail to the inside of this rail. It's 5'2.5". Now, there were only 3 cities that I'm aware of that used broad gauge for the Pennsylvania trolley gauge. There's Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, which Philadelphia is a bit weird because they use 5'2.25" between the rails. Then there's New Orleans. New Orleans uses Pennsylvania trolley gauge as well. The tracks would have went all the way down to what's now the Ross Garage for PRT. But here's one track. Here's the second track. They were about only 4-5 feet apart from each other, so the streetcars ran pretty close to each other here, and that's why we tell many of our visitors to keep their hands in the windows, because the streetcars are pretty close to each other. And also we have a couple close telephone poles next to our tracks at the museum. And depending on the car, the windows can fall down. But yeah, this is the old number 10 WestView streetcar line or streetcar tracks. I never, my whole life that I've lived in WestView, I've never noticed that these were still here. I've never realized that this was the old right-of-way for the line.